Everybody, Steph from the Hot Move Podcast, and the Phoenix Suns, man. It's really been a disappointing season so far. And I mean, look, the team with Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker. You think we better than 14-3? 14-13. Okay. We have a slight decent record at home, but we're not really good on the road. Losing to the Detroit Pistons, I'm not surprised. And this poses a question for me now, is that, and look, we should still, even not having Devin Booker in this game, we should still be able to handle the Pistons, right? Not really seeing the defense. I know Mike Budenholzer is somewhat a defensive specialist, as a coach as well as an offensive specialist. He's one of the rare coaches that can do both. Okay, and the defense really hasn't been there for us that much. But the real question I have going forward is just that is the Phoenix Suns truly proven that just the era of super teams are done? I think in this day and age of basketball, having three max guys on your team, or three guys on your team getting paid, over $35, $40 million, $50 million plus, is just not needed. Back in maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, super teams like this would be successful. Okay, you saw it with Golden State when they got Kevin Durant. Okay, and then we know the whole LeBron Miami Heat era, right? But it was just different at that time. Basketball was played differently at that time, right? I don't think having super teams is just not going to be financially beneficial and analytically beneficial. Okay, look, with 3-point shooting, I think we only shot 13 threes total, and the Detroit Pistons shot 18 total threes, I believe. I did the math. I counted all this up. Anyways, I think super teams are dead now. Okay, and this is not a hot topic, probably. You know what I'm saying? I think just with everybody shooting threes now, the NBA when they do decide to change the rules, because they're gonna have to change this for the next year or two, just to make the games just a little more dynamic as opposed to just a 3-point shooting contest. The 3-point shooting with every team can get hot and shoot threes. It doesn't really. Super teams don't really have an advantage anymore. And when I say super teams, just having three max guys on your team, right? It's just you don't have depth. You don't really have much depth on your chart. Okay, we have a super team. Okay, Tyus Jones played well in this game. Okay, getting more minutes from Booker, obviously, so he contributed. But again, negative. Look, the starters were not a plus or minus on the stat, negative on the plus or minus on the stat line. Okay, Durant played an awesome game. Okay, even when we have Durant, is Durant or bust? But and having Durant has been a loss. We've been losing games still, and we're like 10th. We're not even 10th. I think maybe we're 10th or 11th or something like that in the standings. With a team this stacked, you would think on paper we'd be a lot higher, and we're not. Okay, so look, NBA super teams are done, and it's been, and our team is a test case right now, proving that, especially in 2024 and in 2025, with just 3-point shooting being an absolute premium for every single team. Okay, the 3-point shot has been the great equalizer. Teams focusing on analytics will make the team like the Suns look average. Matter of fact, look below average, right? Look mediocre. Okay, and that's what it is right now. So, we started the season pretty well, and then it was like, okay, we lost games when Durant was playing. Durant comes back in and win the games. I was like, look, when we have Durant, we're pretty much automatic. That's not the case anymore. Now we're having guys that Bill out the lineup, Book out the lineup. Okay, it works. Teams like this work when everybody's playing damn near 65, 70 plus games. Not the case when you have an aging superstar like Kevin Durant, who, look, I even though he's getting older, I don't see a drop off in his game, so I'm not going to put age. However, the injuries is where you're like, okay, these injuries are starting to mount up. It seems like we're going to get an injury with Kevin Durant at some point early in the season, midway the season. And look, this team is very capable of missing the playoffs, very capable. And I think no one's talking about this. I don't know, like, where there was rumors about trying to get Jimmy Butler, but it's like, does Durant want to leave? You know what I'm saying? Does Durant still have faith in his team? Wasting good years like this, knowing that the super teams are dead now, Okay, super teams just don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Having this, if you're gonna have a max trio of guys, you're gonna have to have a solid bench and solid rotational guys and 3-and-D guys, right? Defensive specialist guys on your team, and we don't have that. We don't have that at all. Okay, then you combine that with just everybody and their mama is shooting threes. It's gonna make every game difficult, every game hard. You know what I'm saying? So when Matt Ishbia, the Suns owner, came in to get this team, he just wanted to come in, make a splash, stockpile talent, and throw these guys out there. Okay, we fired Frank Vogel, which I agreed. We get Budenholzer, but this team ain't Milwaukee. Okay, this team don't have the depth and size and 3-point shooting like he's had in the past, right? So, I mean, this is very fascinating to me. As a Suns fan, I don't have any expectations anymore for this team. If we make the playoffs, cool. I see us as a first round exit at best. But on the bigger picture, having a guy like Durant, Beal, and Booker as your max guys in this day and age in basketball just won't cut it. You know what I'm saying? 2 superstars is fine. 1 superstar and 1A, a 1B guy is fine, and the rest of your team is well balanced and 3-point shooting. You're going to emphasize, if the rules don't change, you got to emphasize on making sure your roster can be a 3-point shooting roster as opposed to being just 3-man guys, especially when man guys aren't going to be shooting a whole bunch of threes and hitting them at a high clip. You know what I'm saying? Very fascinating with the league and where it's going right now, man. I know everybody's talking about the viewership and stuff like that, and that's one aspect I talked about. But when it comes to the actual teams and teams that we feel are supposed to be successful with the type of talent we have, that's when the analytics come into play. That is when the 3-point shooting comes into play, and will wipe teams out like the Phoenix Suns or give a team like Detroit Pistons a chance. Not knocking the Pistons, you know, they're building, right? You know, they got young talent and they're growing. Not just because they're 12 and 17 in the trash, but I mean, we're the better team, obviously, right? But the team that gets, but 3-point shooting, you get Beasley getting 5. He shoots 5-11 from 3, gets hot, skewers the game. Doesn't matter the talent on this side. You know what I'm saying? You outshoot the other team from 3. You know, you're gonna win that game more times than you lose. So that's what I think is going on, man, right now with the NBA and in the teams like the Suns is like another test case of a glaring example of, hey, sometimes stockpiling a bunch of talent ain't it. You need to focus on 3-point shooting if the rules aren't going to change anytime soon. And it's going to give a team like the Pistons and other teams like the Pistons similarly to take out a team like the Suns who have an expensive ass payroll. Crazy. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.